Hello from North Carolina. I'm Sarah Zaman with Voice of America. We're present right now at the Time Warner Cable Arena in Charlotte, North Carolina. Behind me, some performers are practicing, so I can barely hear myself. But I have Margie Omero with me. She's a Democratic pollster. We'll try our best to hear each other and get you a conversation that makes some sense.
Okay.
So Margie, thank you so much
No
for
problem.
joining
Thanks
us.
for having me.
Thank you. So you're an opinion pollster. I
Yes.
have a couple of numbers for you. Tell me what they mean. Gallup did a poll and it shows that 38% of Democrats are more enthusiastic than usual about this election compared to 51% of Republicans. And if we look at 2004 and 2008, that number was in 60% for Democrats. What's killing the momentum for Democratic voters this time?
I don't think there's anything killing the momentum. I think what you had in 2008 was simply a high watermark that no re-election campaign of any president will be able to meet. It was very historic. It was open seat. You had two candidates, neither of them who were the incumbent president. And so it's no surprise that 2008 you had higher enthusiasm than you have now. I don't think that changes ultimately the larger pattern, which is the president goes into and out of these conventions with a lot of advantages over Mitt Romney.
What do these numbers mean for the Democratic campaign for President Obama?
Well, there's a few things. First, when you have a convention like this, it is to get that enthusiasm going. It is to get young voters, voters around the country, the people who voted for Obama before, excited. It's specifically held in this state in North Carolina because North Carolina was a state that was traditionally Republican but voted for Obama in 2008. Also near another, what we call battleground state or targeted state in Virginia. So I think the selection of North Carolina is part of creating that enthusiasm and keeping that enthusiasm alive.
Now, President Obama, when it comes to Hispanic voters, has a really nice lead ahead of Mitt Romney. Wall Street Journal reports that 63% of the Hispanic voters, they favor President Obama versus 28% for Mitt Romney. What about the black voters? Have they kind of fallen on the back burner in terms of significance for the Democratic Party? Are they really trying hard this time to get to the Latino voters?
African American voters have always been a key part of the Democratic coalition. There was a recent poll that showed Mitt Romney getting 0% of African American voters. And I think they're just as excited, they're just as enthusiastic, and are just as likely to support the president now as they were in 2008. I think you see a lot of discussion over Latino voters because it's growing so quickly as a community.
If you look at some key demographics, key groups that the Obama campaign is going to target, particularly in the next 65 days or so, which would those be, and what are the strategies? Are they different from last time particularly compared to this time?
I don't think the strategy is necessarily different. I mean, you still have a lot of key groups that are going to be swing, right? You have Latinos emerging, as we talked about. You also have a lot of downscale women or unmarried women, moms. We've done a lot of work with these key groups, and a lot of them are really struggling to figure out who they're going to vote for. And they're also, moms in particular, they're twice as likely, 2 to 1, say they're more concerned about their household economic condition than about what's going on in the national economy, while voters are more split, more 50-50. Because they're really making all the household purchasing decisions, and so they're really concerned about college affordability, healthcare affordability, taking care of their parents, quality of schools, so on and so forth. Plus, then you have a Republican Party that has allowed itself to get very, very extreme on some of the women's health issues that we talk about here. So I think that's going to be a key battleground too.
Now, I know you have a degree in psychology as well. When people look at a candidate, what are some of the qualities that they're looking for? Other than the track record, what are some of the things that attract the viewer's eye, the viewer's heart, and the viewer's mind?
I think, Mitt Romney and Obama, I think you could say that they,
Sharp
at least
suits.
show up perfectly, tailored. And a lot of those things are much more important for women candidates who still, their physical cues and nonverbal cues can be really important to voters. That's a little bit less true with male candidates. I think ultimately, the voters look beyond that and they want to see a candidate who shares their values, who they feel understands their struggle, understands their daily needs, what goes on in their daily life, and who's going to fight for them.
So once the RNC finished, we saw that there was a small percentage increase in favor of Mitt Romney from 38%. It was 40% people who would be voting in favor of Mitt Romney. What do you expect from the DNC? Do you think there might be a large jump in favor of President Obama after the convention ends?
post-convention bumps have decreased over time. They used to be larger. They're not as big now. Obama, obviously, he's a great speaker. His speech in 2008 had higher ratings than any of the other past speeches that Gallup's tested. So, so I expect that his speech will be well regarded, but I wouldn't necessarily expect this to change the race in some, incredibly dramatic way. But, events like this, they're unpredictable. Certainly last week you had a very unpredictable close to the Republican convention, so, anything can happen.
Thank you so much, Margie. As the numbers come in after the DNC, we will keep you posted, but thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having me.
Sure, and once again, we are coming to you from Charlotte, North Carolina, the venue of the Democratic National Convention of 2012. Thank you so much for joining us.